Yes, guys, welcome to the Starting 11 show. My name is Marty from AFTV. If you please have not already, please subscribe, please like, please get your comments in, please get your super chats into the show. And before I introduce my very esteemed panel tonight, Champions League football is back. It's a big one. Arsenal underneath the lights against Athletic Club at the iconic San Mamés Stadium in Spain. This isn't just any away day. This is one of the loudest, most hostile grounds in Europe. Athletic are no pushovers, but Arsenal are back where they belong in the Champions League. Just like these guys. To my right-hand side, let me introduce to you an absolute social media heavyweight. This guy has millions of followers over all platforms. He has also very nice salon-groomed locks. May I introduce to you the main man, Mr. Christian Ty.
Oh.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
You got a lot to live up to after that.
Yeah.
I want to hear my one. What's my one?
Appreciate
What's my one going to sound like?
So,
Talk about my hair.
here we go. Next to him, sitting next to him, one of my favourite people in this space. Look at the size of this guy and look at him roll. I introduce to you Kwame.
No, that was poor. No,
Qualms.
He's Qualms
with the arms.
Yeah, Qualms.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's Qualms with the arms.
Thank you.
Listen.
Cheers. Thank you, man.
I've got the other one. I'm saving it for the actual
Yeah.
watch-along live,
No
which
problem.
obviously we're going to be on, guys.
No problem.
So introducing my next guest in the red corner, weighing in at 185 pounds from Enfield in London, the main man himself. He's hosted 224 watch-alongs and done 76 fan cams. May I introduce to you Laurie, the legend, Lyle. Tonight,
I am humbled. I am truly humbled.
Oh no! Listen, you've
It was
earned
a
it.
football stream. How he turned up for boxing instead.
Oh look! He's
It could be his future job as well, though.
listen,
Could be, man. Michael Buffer's got some
mate.
some
In terms of how
competition.
you present people, how you introduce people.
thank
it's
you
good,
very
mate.
much. You say the kind.
How are you going to introduce yourself after all that?
Yeah, you got to do yourself.
I can't do myself. I can't
Final
do myself.
boss.
I'm just
Final boss.
Marty, the final boss from AFTV. Yeah, no, it's just Marty from AFTV. I'll just go short and straight. I'll leave that to someone else at another time. But how you guys doing? All right?
All good.
Good,
all
man.
good. Looking forward to the game.
5:45 kickoff. Like we were saying before, it's a little bit weird, but I'm here for it. It means we can watch this and then we can watch another game rather than like tomorrow, for example, Bayern Chelsea on at the same time as another big game. I can't remember. Atletico Liverpool.
Yeah.
So it means that you can only watch one, whereas we can watch this. Hopefully, we can get the job done.
Yep.
And then we can sit back and watch the rest of the football. So yeah, excited for it, and I think we've got a lot to talk about in terms of the team as well. So I'd be interested to hear your opinions.
How are you doing, Laurie?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to this game. I must say I'm really looking forward to what team he selects today because I think with Arsenal fans this season, there's genuine anticipation every time we play just to hear the team selection because the squad at the moment is that strong, that deep, that any given game you could see a number of changes and it would make sense, to be fair. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Fantastic, good stuff. So yeah, Kwame.
Yes, mate. It's interesting to see what's going to happen. Arteta, obviously, we've heard him talk before the game, saying that how many options he has and the fact that he may rotate the squad. Obviously, I'd like it to stick to roughly what it was just with the weekend just gone. But we're in a much better place than we was this time around last season, you know, going into the Champions League. So I'm happy. Although Saka's missing, Odegaard's missing, we've got a lot of reinforcements now with a high level of quality. So that's what I'm happy for.
So look, tonight Arsenal back in the Champions League games. What a big occasion at the iconic stadium in Bilbao, under the lights. Huge atmosphere. Anyone that knows anything about football knows that this is not an easy place to go. It is a tough place, right?
It's quite a gritty part of Spain, apparently. Isn't it, Bilbao?
Yeah, it's anyone who's been there.
Northern Spain.
Yeah, it's not the nicest.
Basque country.
Seriously.
And the people there are quite,
can be hostile, very hostile.
You're only allowed to play for the club if you're from there.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, really?
If
you're a Basque.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you're from the Basque country, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
This club is steeped in traditions, and I'm going to come on to some of that stuff. I've got that. Don't worry. It's ruining my game plan. Do you know what I mean? But no, listen. It is. It's a massive club. So the big question: does Arteta rotate? Like Laurie, you just briefly touched on it. Do you rotate the options, the squad depth? What are you guys seeing? We're going to bring out the starting 11 when that comes up, and that gets released shortly. It should be with us fairly soon, but I believe in about 20 odd minutes. But what do you guys think that Arteta's going to do in this situation, considering obviously the signings we've bought in for this exact occasion?
Well, first and foremost, it's a Champions League game, so you have to respect the competition, you have to respect the opposition. So he has to go strong. But at the same time, there are some players there that we've not seen too much of that I'd like to see play.
Like who?
So it could mean that they get some minutes. Apparently Norgard's back in the squad, is he?
Yeah, he didn't mention Norgard was out, so maybe he's back in the squad. But is that someone you'd want to see start? You'd like to see
maybe not start, but I'd like to see him play. At some point, we need to see him play, right? So, yeah, I mean, listen, I want to keep it as strong as possible. There are a few injuries as well. And like I said, you have to respect the competition and the opposition. You can't just say, right, it's not a Carabao Cup game, for example. It's football at the top elite level, so you need to respect that. But listen, as we said, he has options. You know what I mean? So for example, I'm hearing Odegaard might be back. Does he go with Odegaard, or does he stick with
I don't think
who did so well?
I think he said Odegaard's staying at home. He's not included in the squad. So that's probably the biggest position everyone's going to be looking at. Who's going to play that number 10 role? Ethan Nwaneri, obviously, he done really well. He done okay for me personally in the game before.
Did more than okay.
Okay, you say okay.
Yeah, he done all right. Like, obviously, we know how good he is. I think that the next level of his game is not only just picking up the same positions that Odegaard does, but then it's also impacting the game in terms of assists, in terms of shots on goal, getting goals. That's what I want to see. But that's obviously we got to take into consideration his age, etc. But that's what I'm looking at now.
So what about I know we'll talk about it, the two fullback positions then, because Ben White apparently is...
Ben White's
close to coming back.
He's close to coming back.
Lewis Skelly on the other. Does he stick with Calafiori or go with Miles?
I think personally I say Calafiori. I think Calafiori's been doing all right. I think don't change it up now in that sense. But it'll be good to see Miles feature in this game today. Yeah, 100%.
Quick question though, because obviously, look, one thing like last season, we have got to take this into consideration. Calafiori was injured quite a lot, and obviously Calafiori started the last few games, done really well. He was the player of the month for us, and I'm not knocking him, but is this the time in this game where you look at options like Miles Lewis-Skelly, Hincapié, and you think, let's slot them in? Because the last thing you want, is while he's on this form. I mean, it's not dropping him for a game, you're just rotating, and then obviously, listen, we've got a huge, I'm not going too far forward, but we've got a huge game on Sunday. We've got a couple of extra days on Manchester City because they're playing on Thursday. So, it will be a perfect opportunity to rest. And listen, I'm not opposed to, I think Calafiori maybe playing a cameo and coming on to get a bit of game time later. But is this an opportunity for one of those other players?
Yeah, we have to rotate tonight. We got a big squad now. We got a deep squad, quality in every position, and this is the first time as an Arsenal fan, probably in the Emirates era, where I'm like, I genuinely don't mind who plays. If I see Miles instead of Calafiori, I don't mind. Yeah. If I see Norgard starting, if I see Marino starting, if I see Madueke on the right, even if I look. Don't get me wrong, he hasn't been great, but if I see Martinelli starting, he can do a job, right? I wouldn't start Martinelli personally, but if you see Martinelli, Gyökeres, Madueke as a front three, Ethan, Marino, and do you know what I mean? Like, it's strong. It is strong, and on their day, they're all very, very good players. So, yeah, personally, I wouldn't start Calafiori. I'd rest him, maybe bring him on 15, 20. I'd start him against City, because I think he's probably been our best player so far this season, like Marty says, player of the month.
Yeah.
Who else?
Calafiori.
Okay.
Yeah. Even just on Saturday, like the ball he played for Eze's assist to Gyökeres.
Yeah, great.
We saw that again for Gyökeres' first goal against Leeds. That ball in behind, like perfect. Just over the defender's head. Defensively, I think he's been better. the way he drifts into midfield. But Miles can do the same thing.
Yeah.
And we can trust Miles Lewis-Skelly in big games like tonight. So I would start Miles. In terms of midfield, I genuinely don't know. And it's the first time in a long time where we're going to rotate and I don't know what it's going to be, because Rice didn't start against Nottingham Forest, which says to me that he's probably going to start tonight. Maybe you rest Zubimendi, maybe you go Rice, Marino, Nwaneri. I don't think Odegaard's going to play.
No, Norgard, obviously Laurie mentioned.
Maybe Norgard comes in, so I'm interested to see the team. My front three, I think I'd know what I'd do though. I play Madueke on the right. I think just keep him going. He's in form. Yep. Let him run at defenders. He's an exciting player. He's getting fans on side as well. So just let him do that even more. Gyökeres, I think, will play because he came off early against Forest.
He's probably the one player in the team that's what we call unrotable. Yeah, unrotatable.
He is, because we haven't got. That's the only position where you don't have actual depth. If Havertz and Jesus were fit, obviously they can rotate in, but they're not. So I think that's why he came off early against Forest, because if he gets injured, Marino's got to play up front. And I like Marino, but he's not a striker. And I'd start Trossard.
Okay.
I think he came on against Forest, did well, got an assist.
He did.
You start Trossard.
I'd start Trossard in this game. He's played well for us every time he's come in the Champions League. Like I said, assist for Zubimendi's third goal on the weekend.
But where would you play him?
I play him on the left. I play Trossard, Gyökeres, Madueke. I would start Ethan in the 10. I'd probably play Marino as well. And I played Declan Rice. I'd rest Zubimendi for Sunday.
Okay. You'd rest Zubimendi.
Yeah, Rice got rested on the weekend. We don't need to. I think we're going to dominate this game. I think we're going to have most of the ball. Yeah, we will. We played Bilbao in pre-season, and look, they're a good team, but we beat them 3-0, and they had Nico Williams. Nico Williams is injured today. He's their best player.
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, right? About this Nico Williams, I don't really rate him that much. Honestly, I know I'm going to get hammered for this. Or you know what you're talking about. Honestly, I've seen him play quite. I've watched him quite a bit, and I've watched him for Spain. I don't see it.
Did you watch the Euros final against England?
Yeah,
he's pretty good in that game when they beat us.
Of course, no, he was good in that. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. All the other times apart from that game, I've watched him. I've just found him to be quite inconsistent. I have the same opinion of Mohamed Kudus as well. I'm not just saying that because he's a Tottenham fan, a Tottenham player rather.
I think a lot of the time, I know what you're saying. I have watched him as well and thought he's inconsistent, but the team he's playing in, like, it's undeniable that he's a quality player. When he plays for Spain, you see it because of the players around him. He's playing for Bilbao week in, week out, and he's their standout player. Imagine if he was playing for Arsenal, if he was playing for Barca. Do you know what I mean? It's like Kudus as well was playing at West Ham. How much can you do when you've got three scrubs behind? Do you know what I mean? Like, respectfully,
I get it. I do take that on board 100% without a doubt. And obviously the club that he's at. I watched him on the internationals. The last few weeks, I didn't rate him in it.
Fair enough.
And that's what I'm going. That's what I'm going on. It's just personal opinion. It's probably unpopular opinion. I get it, and but that's just my.
Everyone's entitled to it. Isn't it?
No,
Fair.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Well, he's injured today anyway, so we won't have to worry about it.
I'm hearing the teams are in, Have you got it?
No, I haven't
They
got
should
it.
be. They should. Do you want me to have a look?
I haven't got it.
Yeah.
I haven't got it.
Someone just sent me a message saying that the teams are in, but I've not seen the team.
Okay.
I've got it.
You got it right.
We've got Raya in goal.
Okay.
Timber at right back. Mosquera and Gabriel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calafiori starts at left back.
He does. Wow.
He's still in. No Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Good.
Midfield 3. Zubimendi. This is interesting. Zubimendi, Declan Rice.
Right. Yeah.
And who else do you guys think?
Marino.
Mikel Marino.
Yeah. Eze, Madueke and Gyökeres.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think, look.
Saliba's on the bench.
That's fine.
Which is interesting. He's back.
Makes sense for Mourinho though, because he's played against Bilbao quite a few times. Sorry.
Mourinho.
Oh right, yeah. Eminem. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Mikel Marino.
Mikel Marino.
Yeah.
No, it does. He's been playing well.
No, but I'm saying he would have played against Bilbao and been to that ground many times.
That is true. And he's in form. I thought he was good against Forest.
I've just noticed on the subs bench as well, got Kepa, Setford, interesting, Lewis-Skelly, Saliba, Hincapié, Norgard's back on the bench, so that's Dauman, Nwaneri, Martinelli and Trossard.
Strong bench.
So do you know what, he's actually gone. I remember last week I said about Zubimendi, Rice and playing Marino in the 10, it looks like, with Eze, Madueke and Gyökeres either side. For me, I think that's very strong in midfield. Very, very strong in midfield.
This is the strongest depth we've had in a long. Like I said, probably in the whole time we've been at the Emirates. Because you look at that bench, Lewis Skelly could start, and there's no drop off. Saliba obviously starts. Nketiah, hope we haven't seen him yet, but hopefully he's good enough to be a starter.
I thought you said Mosquera and Gabriel.
Yeah. I'm talking about the bench.
The bench, we're saying.
Oh, I see. Right,
Just players that could start and it wouldn't be a drop off. Miles Lewis Skelly, Saliba, Nketiah, Daumann eventually I think could be a starter. Ethan Nwaneri obviously could start, Trossard, Martinelli, and that's without Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Ben White.
Yeah. It's
mad. It's actually crazy.
But more importantly, it's competition, and I think that's the one thing I've been saying throughout the week is these players now are looking over their shoulders. I think there was a clip of was it Saliba and Saka as they were watching the game, and I think Eze and Madueke were coming off or something like that, and you saw Saliba's face, but it was more Saka's face because he's thinking, I might not be that star boy anymore. Like I've got someone who could take my place, but that's good because that's obviously going to push him. That's going to push the rest of the players. This is an opportunity for them to perform, even though it's Bilbao. It's still a thing where they need to make sure that they put in a good performance because they're more or less playing for the rights to feature in the Man City game on the weekend, and that's what we want. Because that's only going to up the levels of the team overall. So
you're right. Whenever you get competition for places,
100%,
invariably it enhances and improves the team because people who have got that starting berth know they're going to have to perform to keep that starting berth. So that will get the better out of them.
People got a bit nuts in the comments. About the midfield.
It's
the same midfield that started against Liverpool, right? And people weren't happy with it.
People just don't like Moreno.
Do you know what?
I don't think it's that. I just think it's attacking players, right? I've said this as well. In games where I think we're going to dominate, I want to see 5 attackers on the pitch, like we did against Forest. Like Moreno's an attacker now, whether we like it or not. He's an attacker for Spain, he's an attacker for Arsenal. Yeah. And then we had Nwaneri in the 10, who's an attacking player, and then 3 attackers in front of them. So it's 5 attacking-minded players. Whereas I think when you play Rice and Zubimendi, they're both defensive-minded players. Their first thing is, can I win the ball back? Can I break up play? Yeah. Whereas, so tonight, we've got 4 attacking players, which people, I understand people not being happy about because you want to see more exciting front-footed attacking football.
I think it's got something to do with the fact that we're away from home as well. Yeah, the mindset when you're away from home can differ. I'm not saying it's always right.
I think it can differ. I don't think, sorry to cut you, Laurie, I don't think there's any problem with that. I feel like we've got enough dynamic players up top to go and do the business, and then you've got obviously the likes of Declan Rice. We're forgetting how good he is, how much ground he can cover, Zubimendi as well, and then you got to get past our back 4, and then David Raya with how many clean sheets.
Right, just speaking of clean sheets, right, and I'm going to go into this. So David Raya obviously had his 100th appearance the other day for Arsenal with 42 clean sheets.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm a big fan.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, right, I genuinely, honestly believe that as long as David Raya stays at this football club long enough, he could potentially surpass the record. No, it's Petr Cech actually.
I thought you meant surpass Seaman as
clean sheets.
Petr Cech, I think has 146. I think.
Wow, that's tight. I think Raya's already 30 or 31.
He's on 42.
He's 30. He just turned 30. Isn't
he's 30. Oh, age-wise, he's 29.
Something like around that.
I would say. I mean, I know.
I don't think he'll surpass Cech.
Do you not?
Nah.
But listen, people rubbished him when he came to this club, and what an amazing job this guy is doing.
Incredible. But to pass Cech, because he got 14 clean sheets last year. Yeah. He's got to get 100 more, so he'd have to play for like 9 seasons, 8 or 9 seasons.
I think a more pertinent conversation is
he's only done that in a couple of years though. A few years.
2 years has been. Yeah.
I think a more pertinent conversation is he, as I think he is, the best keeper in the Premier League at the moment. I know Donnarumma's just come.
Now Ederson's gone.
He's not.
Now Ederson's gone.
I think he's better than Donnarumma, but I don't think he's better than Alisson.
Oh, okay. So you think Alisson's better than Donnarumma?
Yeah,
Alisson's number 1.
That's
really
Alisson's number 1.
Yeah. Okay,
Donnarumma. I didn't. Donnarumma had a great year last year, but you speak to PSG fans, speak to people who watch him a lot. He was very, very inconsistent before last season. He had a good season last year. that there's a reason they're getting rid of him, and it's not just the money or whatever's been out in the media. They're looking for a more consistent goalkeeper, and I think he'll be a good signing for City. We've seen on the weekend he made some good saves, but Alisson for me is still the best keeper in this league.
When you
he's
say
fit.
more consistent keeper, I think the real reason is because he's critiqued as not being the best with his feet, and Enrique wants a keeper that can do that.
But then what do we talk about in the Premier League? We talk about rounded goalkeepers you have to be good with your feet now as a keeper.
But Donnarumma's not good with his feet, and you could tell, and even in that game, even though they got the result against United, there was a few times where he got pressed and he looked a bit uncomfortable, and that's something for us to obviously bear in mind for Sunday. But
sorry to interrupt you. I've got a few super chats that have been building up.
Yes.
Sorry, there's been a few technical issues which are now eliminated. So thank you very much, guys. Please keep your super chats coming in, keep them rolling in, and we will answer them 100%. So. Dumb Art Studio, love from Portugal, big love, my man. Come on, you Gunners. Eze for man of the match, and Gaio 2. Listen, that's a good shout. Gyökeres with a couple of goals. Listen, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Gyökeres performs for Arsenal in Europe. I'm really liking, what I loved about after the Leeds game, he banged a couple of goals in, and then everyone before this Forest game was like, oh, he's not going to score. And you see that ball in from Eze, back of the net. It's just shut everyone up that little bit more. And I think what we're going to see with Gyökeres is just him cropping up with just goals, just one here, one there, one here. And at the end of the season, they add up.
They will all add up. I just think that people just kind of discredit Gyökeres, and they keep saying that he's scoring against the lesser teams, the smaller teams. So
for me, to go back to that game of the week, that second goal for me, I know Zubimendi's was like the highlight reel goal, but for me that second goal was the most satisfying goal, and I'll tell you why, because that was Arsenal utilising what Gyökeres does best. Yeah. And if you notice, that cross from Eze, pinpoint perfect. First time. When Gyökeres scores that goal, he doesn't even think about celebrating. The first thing he does is seek out Eze and say, because he's basically saying to look, this is what I need. If you give me the service, I will score. And for me, that's second
goal. He will score. Feed the goat and he will score.
No, but for me, as much as I admired Zubimendi's strike, and don't get me wrong, that was a brilliant goal and it broke the deadlock. But for me, that second goal was the highlight of the game for me, because that was Arsenal using Gyökeres
effectively, as he should be used, as that number 9 that's going to bang it in the back of the net ruthlessly from 6 yards. So next super chat, Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. Take it you're not a big fan of Arteta then. Kepa, Norgard, Madueke, Mosquera, all scrub signings.
Who's that?
That's not an Arsenal.
That's not an Arsenal fan. What are you doing there?
Yeah, man.
Get out.
Look, I can't listen. Kepa, even the first one, Kepa, he ain't no scrub sign. Norgard, listen, Norgard, he is untested.
That's a troll,
Arsenal.
Man. That's a troll.
No, of course.
That's a troll.
I've seen him come up before, but listen, thanks for getting the super chat in, my man. Like, I really appreciate it, and be part of the show. Dylan,
could have been money better spent.
My best AFTV takes. Come on, you Gunners. Thank you, my man. Sending you love, mate.
That's your son, isn't it? That's your son.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Going to type in.
No, he's someone I paid earlier, actually. I'll transfer you the money later, mate. Thanks for that one. And so next one, Jersey B or Guernsey B. Rather, I would be more worried about that midfield after their performance in the Liverpool game. But with Eze on, it's different dynamic than with Martinelli. Spot on. I'm going to quickly dive into that. So for me, you guys brought that up about the Liverpool game, right? This midfield. The only problem that I saw in that game, personally, when I looked at that, is the Martinelli factor. Now, listen, I rate Martinelli, again, I'm not lambasting him and saying that he's got a goal or anything like that, because he's been, I still do hold on to that bit of romance around Martinelli, that he's going to come good one day. But in that game, I believe that Eze should have been on the pitch from the start, and when he came on, he started lighting the place up, and he did well. I've heard loads of people's opinions on it saying, he should have shot then. I don't think he got enough time. And then obviously Arteta said he wasn't at the club long enough, which I respect that. But I want to see how this team today out there performs. And I think Eze, with that midfield, it looks strong and it looks solid.
Yeah, he's going to relish it. Listening to him and Madueke after the game, it's the first time that they feature in the Champions League, I believe, or so it's fantastic for them. They're going to be so excited. And you saw the impact again, what he brought when he started the game against Forest. He was fantastic, and he gives us something that we haven't had before. And going back to what Laurie said about the goal, it was something so satisfying because we haven't seen. When's the last time we've seen a ball go over the top to a player who's onside and has made the right run, and then he's put the ball in first time? It would always be kind of staggered, or it always would end up coming back on ourselves. So it's refreshing to see that we've got the right players. These are all the players that Arteta's brought in that makes the difference, and hopefully we'll see that tonight. But yeah, big game for Eze. I think this is a game for him to kind of stamp his name in Europe. So I'm looking forward to that.
Definitely. Yeah. So we just had another super chat come in from Dan DeLeon. He's that Adama.
That is, mate. That is.
I take it it's not about me then.
True.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, that's not
big shout.
That's not a wild one, you know.
The size of these, man. I get them up. You know, these bad boys. And the other one. Go on, check them out.
Look at these guns, mate.
Hey,
Look at these
good
guns.
fight though. Little Misfits boxing, Qualms versus Adama Traore.
Yeah. He's a unit. He's an absolute unit.
Listen, anyone wants to see that, stick it in the comments. Just get it out there. Misfits boxing. Your man Qualms.
Give me my money.
Love that. So,
just want to say, I'm seeing a lot of 3 DMs starting in the chat. People upset with this midfield. It's what we saw against Liverpool. I said myself, it is a defensive-minded midfield, but it's not 3 DMs, right? Zubimendi, first of all, banged in 2 goals on the weekend. Mm-hmm. Declan Rice, we know, doesn't play as a DM in this midfield. He plays as an 8. He's up and down. He's on the edge of the box. He's shooting. Mm-hmm. And Mikel Merino, how can people still say that Mikel Merino is a DM? He's not a DM. We just saw him score 4 goals in 2 games, including a hat-trick for Spain. Mm-hmm. Right? We've seen him play for Arsenal, score goals. He will be, at times, ahead of Gyökeres. When Gyökeres dropped, you see him in that position. Mm-hmm. He's playing as a striker, an attacking midfielder. This is not 3 DMs. This is, I agree, it's a midfield with control in mind.
Yes. It's what I call defensively responsible.
Exactly, but it's not 3 DMs. It's not him going out to draw the game or to not score goal. But this team can still score goals. 100%.
Defensively responsible.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what? I think it's just a strong midfield. The thing with these players is they can all play as a DM. So Merino can play as a DM. Rice can play as a DM.
Marino's never played as a DM for Arsenal, though.
Not necessarily. He's played in that position at times and laid.
He hasn't played in a 6, not once.
He's had to
he played as a left 8.
He's had to drop into that position.
Yeah.
He's had to drop into. I mean, look, this is the thing. When you've got versatile players that understand the other roles, that's what makes the midfield click and tick and work. Because, listen, there will be times where maybe Zubimendi's in an advanced position and Rice might too be, and they might be too high up the pitch. And that's where Merino, through intelligence and footballing, now goes, do you know what? This is time I need to drop back, sit in the hole, because obviously that's how we don't get caught on a counter. And that's understanding those roles. Like you see it with Eze and Madueke, you know, you've got that essentially, or you see it with wingers, they can swap sides. You know, the only player for me that is just literally, that is where they play. You cannot rotate him. There's no versatility. He's Gyökeres. Yeah. That guy, you put the ball into him inside the penalty area, or maybe he gets it, or he runs onto it. He's not. You're not going to play him out of position. That's obvious. But
personally, I don't see what all the fuss about. I'm very happy with that team.
It's fine.
Yeah, Declan Rice, he's not just a DM. The amount of work that a guy gets through, he can go up and down the pitch. He can score goals. He can bang free kicks. Yeah. He's good at set pieces. Yeah. He's an amazing player. I mean, I must admit, when he was left out of the team at the weekend, I was actually quite taken aback by that. So normally he'd be a first choicer in there. So I don't see the issue with that midfield at all. Obviously, Odegaard's not there. I think I might wanted to have seen Nwaneri there, but I think what the manager's done, I hinted at it earlier. Mourinho's got experience of playing at Bilbao. Eminem has experience of playing at Bilbao.
You know what he's doing, doesn't he?
No, I saw your face.
Laurie, there's 2 names, man. Marino and what's the other one?
Gyökeres.
Who's a striker?
Gyökeres.
What do you call him?
He knows what it is.
Gyökeres.
Calls him Gyökeres.
I do.
Yeah, no, it's all
You know
good,
the
it's all
chat
good.
goes mad every time.
No,
Every time you say
I
Gyökeres.
know. So just a
So just to finish with what I was saying, I can understand why he's gone with Eminem because he wants that defensive responsibility. Eminem's got experience of playing at Bilbao, having come from La Liga, and also, like Christian said, he can provide goals as well.
Every
So
time
it makes sense.
Every time you say Eminem, I imagine Eminem in his white t-shirt, with jeans, and his bleach blonde hair. So just a quick one on
Marshall
I know
Mathers.
someone called Michael Mathers. That's the thing.
So just a quick super chat from MC Andy Williams. Any updates on injuries?
Yeah, there's a few. Ben White. I don't know. It's Ben. He's not in the squad,
look,
is he?
I mean,
There was
yeah,
talk that he
He's
might
not
be
in the
back.
squad. He's not ready yet. They said Saliba obviously
He's on the bench.
is on the bench. What did they say?
Odegaard. I think
Odegaard
is-
out, Saka out.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they asked, "Is Odegaard in the team? Has he flown with you?" And he said, "No, he's back at home."
I've heard that Saka's going to be ready, sort of coming back in a few weeks.
We don't need to rush him.
We don't
But
need
no,
to.
no, no,
I think
leave him,
it's
leave him.
credit to Madueke.
No, leave it,
you know?
leave it. Yeah, 100%.
Two players we would usually rush back in Saliba and Saka. Probably our two best players. We don't need to rush back because of the depth. Madueke is doing a great job, proving a lot of fans wrong, including myself.
Yeah.
And Mosquera, man, what 13, 15, however much he was.
13 million quid.
13 million pounds.
And
What a
Valencia
signing.
fans, rightly so, were absolutely fuming about it. And you can see that. The way he's just filled in for Saliba.
He's incredible.
It's been a seamless transition.
And
been really good.
do you know what? I rewatched that game back. I do, because obviously after the game, when you're at the ground, the hype, and you kind of get a bit caught up. That tackle, do you remember when that ball comes over? That last, I missed that because where I sit right by the dugout, I find it hard to see right over in that where it was.
The corner, yeah.
Oh, where they had the
Mate,
mix-up
that
in the timber.
challenge, it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
crazy.
The way he just
timing.
hooked it. Yeah,
timing
this
of
is
that
what you
time.
get with him. Another quick super chat. So
He's also a real athlete as well, by the way.
Yeah.
He doesn't hesitate, does he? Just,
So-
the ball's there to win, he wins it.
LL Cool J, Christian, LFC fourth, huh? Isak's here now.
Well, I ain't been impressed with him so far. Got to say it. They won 4 games, all 80 minutes plus. They won against Newcastle 90 plus 10, but they're winning games, man. And yeah, it's what champions do. If they go on to win it, I'll eat my words. But
Listen, that one on Sunday, man.
yeah, it was tough. It's tough. 95th minute. People saying they
That was-
weren't.
that was
heard you
tough.
saying they weren't lucky.
This is
right?
not
No,
luck at all.
that was
When
like,
Burnley. Let me just,
Anyone
can I
that
just
says
explain?
that
Wait,
was
Laurie,
luck,
one
they
second.
don't understand football.
Can I just explain myself why I
that
think
was luck.
it's luck?
Do you not-
No, it's not luck.
Of course it's luck.
No.
It's luck.
So no,
Burnley
just quickly-
defended so. Let me just explain myself.
Yes, go on,
Look,
go on.
Burnley defended incredibly for 95 minutes. Yeah, they bring on a guy, Hannibal, formerly at Manchester United, right? They're defending tooth and nail, everything. They're clearing, they're blocking, yeah? A lot of the shots, you're talking about 27 shots. Did you watch the game? Yeah. A lot of the shots are outside the box. They're getting blocked. It's not like they had 27 clear-cut chances and then they scored from some intricate, nice through ball, right? They bring on a kid. He puts his arms up like this. They get a penalty. It's luck.
That's not luck.
That's
Of
not
course
luck.
it is.
That's not luck.
They didn't manufacture that goal themselves. They tried to put
That's
a ball
a
into the
they
box.
They kept knocking at the door.
Were Burnley unlucky?
Yeah, very unlucky person.
Were Burnley unlucky?
Do you know what the thing
Burnley
with-
weren't unlucky, even though they
I'll
defended for
explain in a minute.
95
Okay,
minutes.
So with 10, look, I do understand that champions win games when they're playing badly, and I think that a classic example of that was when we went to Old Trafford. We were terrible. We only had 2 players which were good. That was Raya after the 23rd minute and Timber, and for me, everyone else was well below par. But we ground out a result. That one for Burnley. Listen, Liverpool did have the ball. They were
by
in
far the
position.
better team.
They were the better
I'm
team.
not denying that.
They were the better
Of course
team,
they were the better team.
But hang on, that was resolute defending. 5 men behind the ball. They played a bank of 5. You can see it. They played a bank of 5, and literally they put in front of that everyone. And they were very well organised and defensively they were good. They got let down by Hannibal with a
parked
hand
the
down.
bus.
They got let down.
No,
It was a bus park. They parked the bus. They parked the bus.
They
and shut
parked
it
2
up.
buses.
Resolute
Parked as
defending.
many buses
They
as
just
they
put as
can.
many men
Mate,
behind
the
them.
Burnley bus
All right,
arrived
no,
at
but you know what?
Turf
Let me come back on that. So even if we say it was resolute defending, which to be fair, it was
apart from a rookie error with a handball.
Yeah, but he still made the error.
Yeah, I know he made the error.
so that's not
Liverpool were lucky that they made the error, otherwise they would have drawn.
That's luck.
No, it's not luck. It's not luck.
You know what? The player at the end of it,
luck.
the player. You see the coach at the end of it went over to console him, and he sort of brushed him. He knew that he'd bottled that game for him, and that is when you're.
So you want to blame Liverpool for that?
I'm not blaming them.
Liverpool.
I'm not blaming them
blame
at all.
Hannibal for it.
100%.
I'm blaming Hannibal for it.
Blame him.
Yeah, I
he's a
will.
Burnley player.
Yeah, no,
Listen,
I'm blaming him.
Listen, the
I can't
point I'm
believe-
saying, because I used to hear people say that about Arsenal. Whenever we won games late, opposing fans or like
It depends how
other
you win
fans
it.
would say, "Oh, you were lucky. You scored in the last couple of minutes." That is part of the game.
No. I agree with that.
100 whenever it's played.
I agree with that.
What you tend to find with the better teams is, right, they're fitter and they're mentally more conditioned. So when games go longer,
And
they're
more
basically
patient.
wearing you
And
down.
they're
to the
more
point
patient.
where-
They're more
I agree.
patient as well. And that's
Yeah,
what Scott
so
was saying.
this thing about it's absolutely
But then you
nonsense.
it's not.
But then
It's not.
It's not, because then if you look at Liverpool, especially in those 4 games, look at all the goals that they've scored. In what minute has it been? It's always at the same minute. So for me, as an opposition team, I would be like, you know what?
Yeah, you have to be
90th minute,
switched on for
I
the
have to
whole
be
game.
switched on.
Can I just say this then? In the other 3 games where they've scored and they've won the games late, they weren't lucky. Right, their first game that Chiesa came on, they changed the game. They scored a nice goal, 3-2,
Brilliant
and
goal.
finished 4-2. That's not luck.
Chiesa should have scored a goal.
Even the Newcastle game, 90 plus 10. Rio, this kid, beautiful intricate play. Szoboszlai lets it through his legs. He scores. That's not luck as well. That's a brilliant goal that they deserve
So
to
why
win the
is this
game.
one luck?
Because it's a handball.
Because it's a penalty.
No, but the
They don't
guy
like
puts his
penalties.
arm out in the 94th,
Well, hold on.
95th
Just
minute,
quickly,
and
just-
they
yeah,
get
let's
lucky.
Let's get back to
That's the
Arsenal.
only game
Let's
they
go back
got
to
lucky.
Arsenal. Go back to Arsenal.
Guys,
That is not
I'm
luck.
going to end it on this.
Let's
I'm going
get
to end
back
it
to
on this. I'm
Arsenal.
going to end this on this. Right, we'll have this right. But Chiesa should have scored, and he knows it. They brought Chiesa on to do that.
Can I
and he
just
should
say
have
though,
scored,
like,
and he
seriously,
didn't. Gone.
people need to stop this narrative about luck. Liverpool had 27 shots on goal in that game. They dominated possession, 81% possession. Burnley had 1 chance on goal in the whole game. Yes,
I
they
wouldn't expect
defended.
him to have won.
Right, no, but that's not luck, bro.
That's
They had
defending.
1 shot on goal.
The way
right?
they won it was luck.
One of their own defenders makes an unforced error. It's an unforced. It's not like he was being challenged and his hand got caught and the ball hit his hand. No, he did that. That's his fault.
Yeah.
They gave away the penalty. Mo Salah steps up in a pressure moment
Rams
and
it.
converts it.
Keeper couldn't
That is
save
not
it.
luck.
So we're Burnley not
It's not
unlucky.
luck.
Burnley weren't
They
unlucky.
still had a chance to save the
You
penalty.
could say that they were unfortunate, but it's not luck.
Fortune and luck's the same.
Right,
thing.
No, it's
right,
not.
right.
No, it's not.
Arsenal,
Okay,
right.
I'm going to
Get
save
back
this.
to
I'm going to
Arsenal.
save this. This could be an actual show on its own.
That'll
I'm
be a
gonna say
clip though,
this, 'cause
AFTV extra.
I have got super chats to get through, which is fair play to these guys for sending me. So the Herd 88, thank you. Not sure about that midfield. Individually they're great, but the unit just doesn't click. You need at least one of Eze, Odegaard or Wanyeri in there to spark creativity and speed up the ball movement. So we have got Eze in there. And he will be coming into that midfield to move that around. What do you guys think about that?
No, I've got, like I said before, I've got no problems with the team. I hear what that person's saying, but sometimes when you go away from home in the Champions League, you have to be what I call defensively responsible. As I said before, Eminem, but I keep saying Eminem because I know Christian's going to keep coming at me. He is there because he has the experience, he has the ability. He's played against Bilbao many times before in the Spanish league. He knows what they're all about, which is important when you're going to a ground that you've never been to before. You need players who know what it's all about. And this is where I disagree with some of the other people who say it's a totally defensive move. We've seen Marino
He scores
score
goals. He scores goals in the Champions
So
League.
to me, and if they need to make a change, they've got players on the bench. I've got no problem with the team.
Good shout. So George O, thank you very much for the super chat. Anyone else worried about the number of injuries in the back line? Gabriel, White, Timber, Calafiori, all other injury prone or coming back from major surgeries. Arteta got to learn to rotate. What are you guys saying? What do you think
But when
about
he
that?
does rotate, people are moaning.
They complain. It's
Let
fine.
him moan, let him
He's
moan.
rotated. Mascara starts next to Gabriel. Like we said, Mascara reminds me of how Saliba came in, and all of a sudden was.
And what I would say
you know what
about
I mean,
the
he's a
squad
good
as well
defender.
is that one of the things that I loved about the transfer window and the squad we got now is that now, and this is not a dig at the manager, this is just facts. Now there's no excuses. We haven't got a strong squad. We should have done more in the transfer window. All of that is put to bed. This is on the manager now. You've got the players that you want to do the job. Do the job.
This is where when Arteta said about internal solutions, now we have all the internal solutions. You know, if someone is not, if by halftime today Mikel Moreno hasn't got a goal or an assist, then he needs to make a change and he needs to do it sharp. Yeah, no, because
assist by half time.
yes.
What, half time?
That's a bit harsher.
No, it's not, because again,
You're putting a time
you've
on
got
it.
to think. No, you've got to think
You
about
think he's gonna
the week ahead. You've got to think about the week ahead, and you got to prep for the next game. You want to make sure that you get the job done straight away.
What if we're 2-0 up?
I think you're showing Bilbao a little bit of disrespect here, mate.
Yeah, I'll still rotate.
Okay, I like that.
Shout there, Kwame.
Because no, it's not. How's it
If
wild?
Marino hasn't got GA by half time, take him off.
Because then look at all the other options. Look at the bench.
If we're 2-3-0 up.
That's
a bit harsh, mate.
2-3-0 up. I'm just saying, if we haven't scored and it's 0-0.
Surely you have to wait and see how the game's playing out.
No, because we done that against Liverpool. And what happened?
But then aren't there other
We
players?
waited. No, what happened? We waited. You stood next to me as well. We waited. Then it was the 70th minute. Then we brought on Eze, and it was it's too late.
But the difference was in that game, and you were there. When that team was read out, there was a collective groan from everybody.
Not from me. I was fine,
Mate.
I was
Yes,
fine
you
with
was.
Mikel.
I wasn't there.
No, I
I
wasn't.
wasn't.
You wanted Eze to start.
I wanted Eze to start for Martinelli.
Wait,
Yeah, so you were moaning. You were.
Because of Martinelli, not because of Moreno in midfield.
I know, but what I'm saying is...
Everyone was complaining about Moreno. The same people that are complaining right now about Moreno. That's the problem. It's not about Declan Rice or Zubimendi. It's Moreno they're upset about.
all right, Moreno,
'Cause they
right?
want Ethan Wanyeri.
But what I'm
They
saying,
want Dalman
what
there.
I'm saying, Quams, is that is a little bit binary, innit? If he's not scored by half an hour, drag him.
But it's a key position. No, it's a key position.
Of course it is.
I'd hate to work for you, Kwame. I'd get sacked in the morning. I'd have my P45
It's
straight
high
on the table.
standards. It's high standards. We're
Oh,
the biggest
God.
club that hasn't won the Champions League.
but that is a bit
bruv.
binary, innit?
It's
Come
not,
on.
bruv. It's you. What do you lot want to do this season? Do you just want to just sit there and just participate in the
You have
Champions
to
League?
wait and see
Or
how
do
the
you wanna
game
go and
flows,
win?
though, surely.
No, man. Go with
Right.
your strongest team.
So you honestly, as a manager, going out there and saying, Martin,
Mate,
if
yeah,
you've not
messing
scored
around.
in half an hour, mate, you're right.
100%.
I'm looking at you, mate. You're out of it. And I'll tell you what,
Because
mate, I'm
everyone is
transferring you in January
because
and all.
everyone is too soft. Everyone's too nicey nice. Oh yeah. Oh, you tried your best. No, if you're not delivering, swap it out. That's why Pep was successful.
tough guy.
That's why Klopp was successful.
All right,
That's the
tough
part that Arteta needs to be ruthless in. 100%.
Surely you
Right.
have to wait and see how the game unfolds.
Let's go to another super chat. Dumb Art Studio. 100% Marino enables Gaio to go to the channels.
Gaio?
Good shot.
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because you know him as Gyökeres. and speaking on that, Rush H, thanks for the super chat. I speak for everyone. Thanks for dropping the Jock. Jock. Yeah.
Oh,
That's in
okay.
Gyökeres.
Okay.
He'll be back though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
I
it'll
like
be back from.
I like the Mourinho
Give him an hour.
one. I like
Second half, it'll be
I like the
Gyökeres again,
Mourinho
trust
one.
me.
The Mourinho one's good, man.
Mourinho and Gyökeres.
But listen, we all know what we're talking about. I mean, I'm not, you know what I mean?
I'll just say on this midfield then, I think a lot of people in the chat maybe might have PTSD from that Liverpool game because that is the midfield we saw. We all wanted a more attacking lineup, but that was Liverpool. That was Anfield. That's one of the hardest places in Europe to go that we're going to have to go the entire season. It's in the Premier League as well. This isn't Anfield today. This is Bilbao. Respectfully, they're nowhere near as good as Liverpool. I expect us to dominate this game way more than we did at Anfield, have a lot more of the ball, create a lot more chances. If we don't, come back to this chat and complain. That'll be fair.
What are we saying
But we
about
will.
that anyway? We're going to do
so
predictions?
Let's go into this. Let's do some predictions, right? So, Laurie, I want to start with you actually.
I went 2-0, even obviously prior to the team being announced, and I'm sticking with that, man. I mean, I know we beat them fairly comfortably in the pre. I know it's pre-season, I know it's a different set of circumstances, but I don't know who it was who alluded to it. One of you guys did, but you were right. Their best player
If it was
by
someone
some
being right, it might be
distance.
me.
Right.
Yeah,
Nico
probably
Williams.
Marty.
We're going to have fun tonight. I tell you what, you lot need to tune in for this. It's going to be wild, mate.
Nico Williams, who is, I would say, comfortably their best player, is
Yeah.
not playing today. So that's going to be a big miss for them.
Marty doesn't
They've
rate
had
him, so it doesn't matter.
They've had they had a decent start to La Liga. I think they won their last three. But interestingly, they lost their last game at home to Alaves 1-0. So they're not the strongest of opposition. I don't mean to be disrespectful. If we are who we think we are, who we say we are, we should really be going there and winning. I'm going 2-0 Arsenal.
I like that. It's a strong, solid prediction. Christian, let me come to you, my man.
Yeah, it was 3-0 pre-season. We were at home. Our players weren't even fit yet. They had Nico Williams that day. I think if we turn up and play like our best fourth, fifth gear, I think we win very comfortably. But this is Europe. This is the Champions League. So I'm going to keep it humble. I say 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay, 2-1 Arsenal. What are you saying, Quams?
Clean sheet, 3-0. I believe that Mosquera and Gabriel will solidify at the back again.
You think Mourinho scores in 30 minutes?
I think he will. I think he will.
Stay on
going, mate.
Because you can stay. You have to look, bro. You'll be looking on the bench because this is what I'm saying. No place now on the pitch is safe in terms of their position. Anyone can be replaced.
Certainly not with you around.
Anyone can be.
I don't think my job's safe with you around either.
Talk about
anyone can be replaced.
Target setting.
That's how you
bashed up in the car park. Do you know what I mean?
That's how you have to play. That's how you
work in sales.
No, bro. But this is no. But
he works in force.
This is life. This is a life lesson. You should never be satisfied in the position that you are. You should always be aiming for a higher position because there's someone who's more hungry and more younger below you. So you have to make sure that you turn up to your job, regardless of what it is.
So if he doesn't score enough or create an assist,
Moreno,
the person that comes on, how long does he get then?
He gets his half. He gets the remainder of the game because that's the impact. That's what Trossard done. Trossard done it. He didn't like the fact that he wasn't started. He came on. He said, "There you go."
I know, but what I'm saying is right, and I know this could sound slightly disingenuous, but it is actually a point I'm trying to make. So if you take off Eminem after half an hour, he's not got a goal assist, not got a goal. Then you bring on Trossard. If he doesn't do it in half an hour, do you sub the sub?
No, you don't sub the sub. Then you look at the next game that we have and you say, right, I'm not going to favour you two. I'm going to look elsewhere. That's how it is. I don't understand why everyone's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who plays in that position. Number 10 role, everyone's crying about. When Odegaard's playing, everyone's crying about it. If Mikel Moreno is there and we was upset with the performance at Anfield, Mikel Moreno knows, okay, I've got to put in a shift and I've got to prove my point. I've got to solidify my place. Because if he doesn't, where else is he going to play? Gyökeres is up top.
Your manager, he never plays
Zubimendi and Declan Rice are there. He's going to fall down the pecking order.
Tear up a contract.
Yes.
How about that?
We've got to start wrapping this up, but I've got a couple of super chats which I'm not going to get off before we have a break before the watch along.
Yes.
The big one.
You've got 10 seconds, otherwise you're off.
I'm out of here. Get it out, Marty, quick. Right, so man like Idris, so this starting 11 would be enough at Anfield. Eze for Nelly. Yeah. Listen, I rate that, and listen, we're going to find this out tonight 100%. So Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. The Cope ABT Arteta Haramball from Teta Panel, lol. So
Haramball.
Haramball, yeah. Haramball.
Okay. The guy can't be an Arsenal fan, can he? Every super chat he sends in is just negative.
Do you know what it is? Listen,
support your team, man.
Some people, there's obviously a narrative that goes around about Arteta, but look, we it's. I think a lot of it can be pushed on media platforms by certain people. Like there's this Arteta in. For me, I think Arsenal Football Club, with the personnel they've got, whether it's not to focus on one player or just because we've got William Saliba or just because we've got Andrea Berta. I mean, Andrea Berta did kind of do a bit of a bad man job, but like the whole Arsenal Football Club as a collective, you even look at the women's game as well, and you look at the youth teams, they're doing fantastically. So that's what I look at, and thank you very much everyone for getting your super chats in. Really appreciated, and thanks for watching and thanks for being with us. Now if you want to see these three beautiful fellas, join us back here in half an hour. We are going to be doing the live watch along for Athletic Club versus Arsenal. Sorry?
Did you predict?
No, I didn't
your prediction.
No.
What were you saying, man?
Do you know what? I'm going to go. I was 3-0, 4-0. I like this Arsenal side at the moment. Yeah, do you know what it is? I know it's a tough place to go, and I'm not getting out of my...
Well, you don't think so, clearly.
No, it's not that. What it is, listen, we don't concede goals, right? That's just the fact. We don't concede goals. So going for a clean sheet with Arsenal, like last season it was more 2-1s or 3-1s, but we score goals. Like you don't know who's going to score, because like Zubimendi popped up with a brace on Saturday, and I know it's Nottingham Forest. We smashed 5 past Leeds. The Liverpool game and the Man U games were tough. you know,
We've only conceded one goal this season,
1-0.
and that was a Szoboszlai free kick.
I think, mate, it's going to be this game's really interesting for me. How we play in Spain, but look, we've got a lot of Spanish players that know this. You know, like what you have got to think is Marino's going to be used to going here. Zubimendi's used to going here. You know, they are very well equipped to do it. Well, to be honest, and the whole team, like
the manager, interestingly, he's from Basra. He said he's never been there before.
Yeah,
but apparently, on nights like this, not that I mean they've had a big long time out of the Champions League, but in Europe and at home in the league, apparently the ground's can be quite an intimidating atmosphere.
I can imagine.
But yeah, we're going to find out. So please, guys, join us back here for the watch along. It's going to be carnage. If you've enjoyed this, then you are certainly going to enjoy the watch along. And also, please check out the content. Robbie, Lee, Cecil are out in Bilbao. Please check out their vlogs. There's going to be loads of fan cams after the watch along as well. You're going to hear our views on the games, and obviously guys and fans out over in Bilbao. So please stay tuned for all that content, and please check out everything else for AFTV. Once again, thank you very, very much for all the super chats, and we will see you guys back here very shortly. Please tune in. Marty from AFTV signing out.